You ever feel like you're watching the NFL world flip upside down in real time? Because that's exactly what's happening. Today's story isn't about stats or schemes. It's about what happens when credibility collapses. When the voices we're told to trust turn into noise. FS1 just drops the hammer, and it was loud enough to shake the whole building. Joy Taylor, gone. Emmanuel Acho, gone. A slew of FS1 shows, cancelled, wiped off the slate. The reason? Viewers stopped believing the nonsense. Let's be real, Cowboys fans have been the punching bag for some of these so-called analysts for far too long. Not because of bad play, not because of legitimate criticism, but because it's easy to go viral dragging America's team through the mud. They crossed a line, and the NFL world noticed. It wasn't just takes on Dak Prescott's game anymore. It became personal, disrespectful. There were tasteless jabs at Dak's fiancée, at his child, at his family, all under the weak disguise of sports commentary. That's not journalism. That's not entertainment. That's clout chasing disguised as content. So what happened? The audience turned. The support vanished. And FS1 finally made the call, cut the dead weight. Joy Taylor's contract, not renewed. Emmanuel Acho and the rest of that circus act, cancelled. They tried to ride out her deal quietly, barely giving her airtime in the final stretch. But when the trust is gone, when fans stop listening, what's left? According to a report from The Athletic by Andrew Marchand, FS1 pulled the plug not just on Speak, but on their entire morning slate. That includes Breakfast Ball and The Carton Show. Why? Because the shows failed to connect, failed to grow, failed to respect the audience. And in the background, there's a storm of legal controversy surrounding former FS1 exec Charlie Dixon. In one lawsuit, a makeup artist accused him of sexual battery and alleged that Taylor's response was to get over it. Taylor denied that, but the headlines lingered, and FS1 had seen enough. One by one, the shows fell. The viewers stopped tuning in, and now FS1's only pillars left standing are First Things First and The Herd with Colin Cowherd. That's it. Everything else? Gone. It's wild how fast things can change when you lose the fans. Because while FS1 was busy pushing weak takes and hot air, real voices, voices that care about football, about truth, about fairness, stepped up. We built what they couldn't. We earned the trust they threw away. And now, while the dust settles over there, the NFL world keeps moving. Cowboys Nation, we keep riding. Dak, he stays standing. And the trolls? They just got silenced. You want to know why fans are turning off their TVs? It's not just about bad takes. It's not just about the Cowboys being criticized. It's about how the entire culture of sports coverage shifted from informing and inspiring to mocking and sensationalizing. Every week, it felt like certain analysts were trying harder to humiliate players than to actually talk football. And who caught the worst of it? The Dallas Cowboys. Every loss became a circus. Every mistake became a headline. Every player became a target. And it got ugly fast. This isn't how you grow the game. This isn't how you build trust with fans. People are hungry for real football talk. Not hot takes. Not cheap shots. Not empty narratives built for clicks. But instead of adapting, these shows doubled down. And in doing so, they drove away the very fans they needed to survive. You want proof? Look at what just happened. FS1 just cleaned house. Gone are the shows that tried to manufacture controversy over meaningful conversation. Gone are the personalities who believed they were bigger than the game. It's no mystery. It's ratings. Viewers aren't stupid. Fans started tuning out and tuning into something better. Content creators who actually respect the game. People who break down tape, talk strategy. Defend players when it's right. Criticize fairly when it's earned. And most importantly, do it without tearing down someone's personal life just to get attention. The networks ignored the warning signs. For years, fans begged, for a return to real sports media, like the old days with Stuart Scott, Chris Berman, and the actual top 10. Remember when Sports Center used to teach you something? When shows like Sports Science made you fall in love with the game all over again? That era's gone, because the focus shifted away from the game and toward sensationalism. And now the fallout is here. And here's the hard truth. FS1 thought they were untouchable. They thought drama and viral clips could replace substance. But fans are speaking loud and clear, and they're walking away. And while some of these hosts will land on their feet, and they probably should, considering their time in the industry, the message is undeniable. The audience wants better. They want objective voices. They want honest coverage. They want the game back. Programs like First Things First have started to right the ship. It's not perfect. Every show has its quirks. Nick Wright might go off the rails with his love for Mahomes or LeBron, but at least the show tries to stick to football. They talk matchups. They break down numbers. They offer actual analysis. And then there's Colin Cowherd. Listen, every network has its wild card, but at this point, fans know what they're getting with him. He's the last outlier in a room that's finally starting to clean itself up. But let's be real. This shift didn't happen by accident. It happened because fans stopped watching. It happened because players started building their own platforms. Guys like Micah Parsons are stepping up and saying, you know what? I'll tell my story myself. That's what happens when athletes stop trusting the people who cover them. They take control. They reclaim the narrative. And honestly, can you blame them? When coverage turns into character assassination, you lose what sports are really about. The grind, the heart, the setbacks, the comebacks. You lose the soul of the game. And now the fans are saying it loud. Enough is enough. At the heart of it, this game we all love, football, is about the players. The work they put in. The sacrifices they make. The dreams they chase. And as fans, we watch because we respect that grind. We pay for tickets, buy the gear, and tune in every week because we're connected to something real. But somewhere along the way, the spotlight shifted. It stopped being about the athletes and started being about the analysts, the media personalities, the egos behind the desk. Some of them actually believed they were bigger than the game itself. That's when things fell apart. See, I'll always say this. I'm just a fan, a football addict, a student of the game who spent years learning the sport because I love it. I'm not trying to be a celebrity. I'm not trying to sound smarter than everyone. I just want to be real and give people a place to hear honest football talk without walking away feeling angry, insulted, or drained. But too many shows forgot their purpose. They weren't helping fans understand the game. They weren't respecting the players. Instead, they were pushing agendas, spinning stories, and feeding negativity, just to go viral. That's not journalism. That's not analysis. That's noise. So when those shows got cancelled, when names like Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acho were shown the door, no one was shocked. That's what happens when you forget why you're here. When your words no longer serve the game, but work against it. Let me be clear. I don't wish failure on anyone. I don't celebrate people losing jobs. But I do believe in accountability. And when media figures start misrepresenting players, disrespecting fans, and poisoning the conversation around football, there has to be a course correction. This is bigger than just a few firings. This is about what fans are demanding: truth, integrity, and respect for the sport. Guys like Emmanuel Acho spent more time pushing empty formulas and buzzwords than actually watching the tape. He tried to redefine greatness with rehearsed speeches, not with facts. He used big words and flashy monologues to sound wise, but fans can feel what's real, and that wasn't it. He lost touch. So did Joy Taylor. So did plenty of others. And now? They're gone. It's a lesson. To every media member out there, if you keep tearing down the game you claim to love, you're destroying your own platform. You're killing the very thing that pays your bills. You don't uplift the sport by mocking it. You don't grow the game by misleading your audience. And while some might pivot, rebrand, or try to start fresh on new platforms, the truth will follow them. Fans no longer trust those voices. Not when they've seen the damage done. As for the rest of the former FS1 crew, people like Lucien McCoy, James Jones, and others who were part of those shows, we'll see what's next for them. The full fallout hasn't hit yet, but it's clear. The winds are changing, because karma is undefeated. When you choose ego over truth, it catches up to you. When you disrespect the very players who built the league you cover, that energy comes right back. That's why you see athletes like Micah Parsons stepping up to tell their own stories, because they can't trust mainstream platforms anymore. And honestly, can you blame them? So to all the fans texting, calling, wondering if I'm still here, let me tell you, I'm still standing, still riding with the Cowboys, still speaking the truth, and we're just getting started.